In this episode, we're talking about a trendy health hack that could actually be damaging your partner's sperm. Welcome to the Finally Get Pregnant Naturally podcast, the podcast helping women identify the real reasons you haven't conceived or stayed pregnant so you and your partner can finally grow the family of your dreams. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. Let's dive in, shall we? In this episode, you're going to learn why heat is such a hidden saboteur for sperm health, how long it really takes for sperm to recover, and simple swaps and lifestyle shifts your partner can make right now to boost sperm quality. Now, I know a lot of you listening are just doing all the things, right? You've cleaned up your diet, you're tracking your cycles, you're getting all the right labs done, and maybe even you're working on your stress and your nervous system. But if your partner's sperm health hasn't been fully optimized and it's not being addressed, this may very well be the reason you're still struggling to get pregnant. So let's dive in. When I say trendy health hack, I'm curious what comes to mind. What I'm talking about is saunas, steam rooms, hot yoga, or any infrared light therapy beds, right? What we're talking about today is heat exposure. So I've actually had a couple of my male clients share with me that they were regularly using either hot tubs or saunas. And that's because men are leaning into these healthy habits more than ever. And it could be for a variety of reasons, including recovery, relaxation, or even longevity biohacking. And while there are benefits to things like sauna for cardiovascular health and detox, when it comes to fertility, too much heat can actually backfire. So, when I had another client come through that was using a form of heat therapy and they have been struggling to get pregnant for a while now, I just knew that I needed to make a podcast about this to talk about it because maybe it's not as well known as I think it is. So, let's talk about why heat is not sperm friendly. So, sperm are produced in the testes, and the testes are located outside of the body for a reason. And that's because they need to stay a couple degrees cooler than the rest of the body. And when the testes are exposed to excess heat, it directly affects sperm production and also quality. So we're talking reduced sperm count, sluggish motility, and sometimes even abnormal morphology. So that's why when someone has a varicocele, that can disrupt the quality of sperm because it is increasing the heat exposure. So even short bursts of heat exposure, like a few sauna sessions, can have a measurable impact. And unfortunately, the sperm don't bounce back right away. It can take a couple of months to fully recover. So if your partner is spending his evenings soaking in a hot tub, cranking up the heated car seats, doing hot yoga or a sauna a couple times a week, or even just here and there, this could actually be sabotaging your fertility. So, why does this matter so much? Number one, I think it's really easy to forget that fertility is a two-person equation. We tend to put all of our focus more on the woman's body, her hormones, her cycle, her labs, and oftentimes women are the ones that are most willing to make changes and to do all the research and things like that as well. But research shows that male factor plays a role in about 50% of infertility cases. So, whether it's just a male factor thing or it's both partners, it's definitely not just all about you. So, I always want to remind people that even if his semen analysis came back normal, those tests don't always capture the full picture. It was a moment in time, Another 2 to 3 months later, his sperm could be in a completely different condition, depending on if his lifestyle or nutrition habits had changed. And here's the thing. Sperm regenerates about every 72 days, so roughly every 3 months, which means any changes he makes today will help improve sperm quality by the time you're trying in just a couple of months, okay? But also, that does mean that any negative things that he could be doing today, like doing a sauna, hot tub, hot yoga, things like that, that could be negatively impacting his sperm, right? So that's just something to think about. So, what can you do about it? How can you motivate and support him in making shifts without it feeling like you're nagging him? Here's a few practical ideas that you can share with your partner. So, number one, press pause on these heat exposure habits. So, this doesn't mean for the rest of his life he can never step into a sauna again, but I do highly recommend limiting or eliminating frequent or prolonged exposure, especially if you are actively trying to conceive. You can swap in supportive alternatives like cold plunges, or you can alternate hot and cold, like in the shower. And these can give many of the same recovery benefits without damaging sperm. Plus, cold therapy has actually been shown to be supportive of testosterone and sperm quality. Reconsider daily exposures. So the little things add up too. So think about heated car seats, taking a long hot bath, putting a laptop directly on his lap or a phone in his pocket. Even wearing briefs can reduce air circulation and increase heat as well. Also, working at a job where he's sitting a lot and he's very sedentary, you want to encourage him to get up and start moving about every hour or so. And then, of course, we can support sperm recovery with a diet rich in antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, and selenium can help counteract some oxidative stress from past exposures. And of course, with my one-on-one clients, I am always offering personalized supplements that are directly targeting, maybe they have more of a motility issue or a morphology issue. So supplements that we know are beneficial and target whatever their specific area of improvement may be for the sperm health. And just remember the 3-month rule. Improvements will not happen overnight, but every and any adjustment he makes today can translate into stronger, healthier sperm within about 72 days or so. Okay. So let's recap today's episode. Heat exposure is a hidden saboteur. So this includes saunas, hot tubs, laptops, phones, so many different things. Sperm need cooler temps to thrive, which is why the testes were intentionally put outside of the body. Even short-term heat damage can take months to recover. But just remembering, sperm does regenerate every 72 days or so. So lifestyle changes, nutrient changes really do pay off. And just remembering simple swaps and awareness like limiting hot tubs, using cold therapy, or skipping the heated car seat can make a real difference in his sperm health and ultimately your chances of conceiving. So I just want to ground you after this episode and remember this journey isn't just on your shoulders. Male fertility matters just as much, and sometimes the changes your partner makes can be the missing piece to finally seeing your positive test. So, if you've been feeling like you've tried everything and nothing is working, I encourage you to have an open and compassionate conversation about sperm health and heat exposure because sometimes it's the simplest shifts that unlock the biggest breakthroughs. So, if this episode sparked an aha moment for you, share it with your partner or send it to a friend who's also on this journey. And if you want to go deeper and uncover the hidden factors holding you back from a healthy pregnancy, book a free fertility strategy session with me. The link is right in the show notes. There's no strings attached, just a conversation and how I can best help support you and guide you. And until next time, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on our next episode, released every Tuesday and Thursday.